What's going on, traders? John with Bull-Throttle Trading and Investments. I wanted to do a quick video. I had one of my members in the Facebook group ask about a certain stock, so I wanted to kind of do a little bit of an evaluation on the stock. It's Moderna. And if you guys have been paying attention at all, they're currently working on a vaccine for COVID-19. So I wanted to just kind of break down what I see happening with this stock and give you guys an idea of whether or not that this may be a good investment, and kind of help you guys see what I see, and be able to make a decision of whether or not you want to take a position in this particular stock. So if you guys are ready, let's break it down. Alright, so I have Moderna up on my screen, and we're looking at the 180-day chart, right? So we can see that in the last 6 months we've had this very bullish movement with Moderna. We've been getting these higher highs and these higher lows, right? Now, if you guys aren't following this, for anybody who's unfamiliar, this is a pharmaceutical company, and they're actually working on a vaccine for COVID-19. And as of right now, they got approval from the FDA, and so things are looking good, right? There's some positive, news for this stock, so we can see that obviously this is helping them out. Now we could see yesterday, today's the 8th, well now it's the 9th, but on the 7th there was an earnings statement. I didn't really look this up, but clearly it must have went in their favor. So we had a big push today, and we reached these new highs, right? So now looking at this and wondering how to go forward as traders and investors, there's a lot of potential on this, right? But looking at our RSI and our MACD, we can see it's very overbought. So now again, this isn't necessarily saying that, okay, it's going to start to see this change in direction, but we can probably expect that there may be a little bit of a pullback here, when the market opens next week. So we definitely want to keep an eye out and see what happens with that. Now, we also want to keep in mind that there was just another company not that long ago that was working on a vaccine as well, and their lab testing found out that it was not, it didn't work, right? So that obviously ended up affecting their stocks greatly. So this is another thing that we want to make sure of, keep up with the news of what's going on with their vaccine, and see what kind of a catalyst that provides, right? So from what I saw, there was no real catalyst that kind of pushed this drive up today. I think the stock is just starting to get a little bit more hype now. I think the FDA approval definitely helped them out. Obviously, like I said, this earnings statements helped them out. So looking at this on an investment side, so if you were swing trading this, like I said, I would be ready that we might see some bit of a pullback, but don't make that panic sell kick in. When we swing trade, we know that there's going to be some days that are in the red, and it's better not to watch it too closely. We could take a position of, if we do start to see a pullback here, right? If we're not entered in this, if we see a pullback and we identify this higher lows, right? So we have these lows here and we got these higher lows. If we, get these higher highs and then see these higher lows, and we wait for confirmation and see that, okay, we're starting to, pick back up again after this dip, well then that would be a good opportunity to potentially buy in, right? Again, we're very oversold, and one of the things, I don't really trade a lot of pharmaceutical companies, because a lot of them are, here today, gone tomorrow kind of thing. And I'm not saying that Moderna is like that, but like I said, they could find that their lab results, may be unsuccessful on this vaccine. So, if that happens, then obviously we're going to see this tank. Um, and we can see that that's a very large margin here. Let's see. So if we're at these highs and we come back down here, well, that's not really helping me out. Let's do it this way. So that's a 205% drop that we can see. So this is why we have to manage our risks. As traders, that's our number one priority. I see all these different groups and stuff, and everybody's talking about, oh, I made this money, I made that money, but nobody talks about actually managing their risk and the importance behind it, especially if it's something that you're going to be holding on to longer. So, you might want to lock in some profits right now while it's oversold, or overbought, and instead of, selling your whole position, maybe sell just a portion of it to lock in some profits. We might want to set a stop loss below this previous support, so that if we see that, okay, we dropped below this and got these lower lows, that, we're indicating a change in direction. So this way we can allow ourselves to lock in some profits if we were holding it from down here or even down here, you know what I mean? And we start to see a change in direction. It's definitely something that we should watch. So as you can see, I have my alerts set. So I have an alert at the EMA line. So if we pull back and we see this drop down and I get an alert that we're at the EMA line, then I might want to pay attention. And like I said, be ready if it's indicating that we found a solid support and it's this higher low, then I might want to take a position, right? And continue to ride this up. I have another alert set down here at this previous support, so that if we get to this level, then this is a good time for me to lock in my profits. It's a good time to get out. We're now starting to indicate a change of direction, right? And then I have an alert set for above this high. So if we get above this and we continue to show this upward trend, excuse me, then this way I'll be able to, kind of have a better idea of what this stock is doing. It's a little on the overbought side for me to want to take a position right now. As I said, with it being, this overbought, our RSI is over 70. There's a good chance that we're going to see a pullback. So I wouldn't take a position just yet. Like I said, I'd wait to see. So I have this alert by the EMA. So if we pull back to this EMA and we find a support and we start to go back up, then I can now take a position and ride it up past these higher highs. So looking at it from that standpoint as a day trader now, if you're thinking about day trading this, again, I definitely would wait and see what it does come Monday. Again, we're very overbought, so I wouldn't want to take a position yet. However, I think we can all agree that the trend is in our favor. We have this nice SMA line just increasing in slope. We're getting steeper as we get up. We have a really bullish trend happening right now on this. So again, if we see a pullback as a day trader, we may want to end up taking some positions on this on Monday if we see that pullback and identify a support, because again, we're trying to trade with the direction of the stock. We don't want to trade something that would be, the inverse of this. If this was flipped and we were going down, we don't want to chase it, right? We want to trade with the trend when it's in our favor and we see that value. So I hope that this gave you guys a little bit better idea of what this stock in particular is doing. As I said, definitely keep up on the news of what's going on with this vaccine. We want to make sure that their labs are seeing results. Everything with the market right now has been very interesting. So the market has been recovering, but what are we seeing still? We still have businesses that aren't opening up yet. We still have people, new cases for unemployment filing every day. So we're not exactly getting the best news yet. and this makes everything very risky. So again, this is the importance of managing our risk and doing what we can as traders to continually, repeatedly, see days in the green. So if you guys like this and feel like it helped bring you guys some value, please feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. Also check out our Facebook group. It's Bull-Throttle Trading and Investments. I post all of my YouTube videos here. I have, I'll ask questions for you guys and try to help you guys evaluate more stocks like this that you guys want to see. And then also, you have a chance to kind of talk to the other members about what they're trading and where they see value and kind of exchange some ideas. The purpose of this is to help all of you become better traders and meet some new people and learn some new things, right? So it's good to have, especially when you're learning, it's good to have multiple routes to try out. And this is why paper money is good again. I keep preaching about paper money. It's really good to practice, especially if you're trying to invest in different type of stocks that you don't normally invest in. So, all right, with that, I think I've rambled on long enough. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you later.